Giving power back to the states and the people is the mission of our next guest's organization, and they're using the Constitution to advance their cause. For the first time in our nation's history, 17 of the required 34 states have passed through their state legislatures Article 5 of the Constitution, calling for a convention of states that would rein in federal power, impose fiscal restraints on Congress, and limit the terms of office for federal officials. Convention of States Action President Mark Meckler joins us now with more. Mark, so great to see you. First of all, to our viewers, I am an enthusiastic supporter of this cause and this effort. I think it is an amazing opportunity to rein in the scope and power of the federal government. You hit a big benchmark this month, Mark. 2 additional states getting to 17. Talk to us about where this movement is.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it, Pete. Good to be with an old friend talking about this. We've been doing this for quite a while, and we just passed the 17 mark. It takes 34 states to call a convention of states. That convention intended to talk about potential constitutional amendments that could impose term limits, impose a balanced budget amendment, and restrict the things that the federal government's allowed to do, like getting them out of education, getting them out of health care, limiting the court to 9 Supreme Court justices so they can't pack the court. A lot of the things that the American people are worried about right now can be handled in a convention of states.
And Mark, this is all detailed in the Constitution. Article 5 of the Constitution empowered. And the idea was the framers thought, if ever the federal government gets so powerful and so draconian, of course we're going to give the states and the people recourse. And that's what this is.
Yeah, you know, crazy idea. They knew that central governments get out of control. They understood tyranny, and they put a mechanism in. They said that they expected that the federal government would never restrain its own tyranny. At some point, it would come to the states to do that. We certainly live in those times now. The federal government is a tyranny, and at this point, 17 states have recognized that. We're well on our way to the 34 necessary to call a convention.
And for the most part, once a state legislature passes it, it stays on the books. And so ultimately, with some exceptions, but ultimately you can add states in the years to come. Real quick, how does the left feel about this, Mark?
Well, pretty much every leftist group in America has signed a press release against it. It was led by Common Cause and Center on Budget and Policy Priorities. Both Soros groups, Code Pink, La Raza, Planned Parenthood, MoveOn.org, Daily Cause, all of them in unified opposition against Convention of States.
Well, you shall be known by your opposition, and in that sense, you're in a good spot. I'll tell you, it takes a lot of work to lobby state legislatures, state legislative committees, and others to get this passed. You've done it so far, starting in, I believe, 2014 in 17 states. As you pass more, there will be even more scrutiny, but I want to congratulate you on what you've done so far. And I do want to encourage our viewers, if you want to get involved in something that is a solution as big as the problem, conventionofstates.com. Mark, thanks for everything you're doing. Keep at it. What are the next? If there's 2 or 3 states you're looking at now, what are you looking at?
Yeah, right now, this week is South Dakota, followed by West Virginia and South Carolina. Those guys are going to line up really quick. We're going to be past 20 in the next few weeks.
Past 20 in the next few weeks. When you pass that, come back and give us an update, Mark. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks, Pete.
You got it. Thank you.
I'm here live in Philadelphia at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. When you hear the phrase lives, fortunes, and sacred honor, these are the folks we should think of, those who anonymously gave their lives. Well, today you have a chance to volunteer. You need to volunteer for conventionofstates.com, the movement that's going to save the country. These folks are willing to step up and give everything. We need you to give just a little bit. Go to conventionofstates.com and volunteer today.